welcome. Today we're going to learn about how to pack a backpacking bag. So, as you can see, I've got everything that I'm going to need for my trip gathered out in front of me. Now, the way to make sure that you have everything is to definitely refer to a list. You can find many starting lists online, or your troop leader might have a specific list of what you'll need in order to go backpacking. Now, the most important thing to remember when you're packing all of your gear is definitely make sure and have those 10 essential items. So that includes things like your shelter, extra water, as well as extra snacks, just in case anything happens while you're out in the backcountry. But we're going to go ahead and pack our backpack today. When we pack a backpack, there's 4 very important things to remember in order to make sure our weight is distributed evenly. At the bottom of our backpack, we're going to place our items that we won't need to use until we get to our campsite for the night. So this most often is things such as our sleeping bag, as well as maybe extra layers of clothes or some extra tent pieces or cook gear. As we move up, we're going to want to make sure that we have the things that we access most frequently in our brain or near the top of our pack. So these are often things that fall under that 10 essentials category, which can include things like my map and compass, my water purification system, and a first aid kit. And then in regards to distributing heavy gear versus light gear, you're going to want the heaviest gear sitting near your back. So in order to make sure that that happens, we want to put heavy things such as food and water near the back of our pack, close to our spine of our body, and then we can use those spaces that are further away from our back to fill with our lighter gear such as extra tent pieces or extra layers of clothing, making sure that we're able to fill all of that dead air space within our pack. And now we're ready to start packing. So I'm going to begin by packing my sleeping bag into the bottom of my backpack. Once I've got my sleeping bag in the bottom, if there's any dead airspace, I can use that to be filled up with maybe extra clothes or anything else that I'm not going to need until the end of the day. I'm also going to take this time to put my fuel at the very bottom of my bag to make sure that I don't have any food underneath it, so that way in case the fuel does spill, it's not going to spill on top of my food. I'm going to pack my heavier gear on top of that. So that includes things like my water bladder into the back of my bag if I have one, and also any food or other heavy items that I may have. So right now I'm going to pack my bag of food as well as my cook set. So my cook set has all of my extra stove pieces as well as some cooking utensils packed into my stove set as to not have any dead airspace in that piece. Now that I have some of those heavier items near the back of my pack, I'm going to take this opportunity to put some of my lighter items that I'm not going to need as frequently while I'm out on the trail near the front of my pack to help balance out my weight. This includes things like my sleeping pad, as well as some extra layers of clothing. Once I have all of these core items into my bag, I'm really going to focus on utilizing all of the space within my bag. We want to make sure that we fill every air hole just to make sure that our bags are packed nice and neat. So this is the perfect time for me to pack my pieces of the tent that I'm responsible for carrying. Now that I've filled all that dead airspace, this is the perfect opportunity for me to pack the things that I'm going to need more frequent access to while I'm out on the trail. So this includes things such as a raincoat and a first aid kit. Now that the inside of my pack is ready to go, I'm ready to place those items that I'm going to need to access frequently while on the trail into the most convenient spots. So this isn't going to include things like my hat and gloves, which sometimes I put on and off frequently throughout the day, as well as anything that I would need to use the restroom in the environment that I'm going to. Now, in the very top of my pack, I'm going to put my most crucial items that I'm going to need while I'm out on the trail. This is going to include things like my map and compass, my water purification system, my headlamp, and my pocket knife and lighter. The most important thing that we don't want to forget is water that's easily accessible for us to drink throughout the day. Now that everything is nice and neatly packed into my bag, it's time to tighten down all of my compression straps. And just like that, you're ready to hit the trail. Happy hiking, Girl Scouts.